Oh shit. Oh shit. Crap, I'm gonna be late.
Welcome to
Send
the
it.
Puff Podcast.
We got a special guest tonight.
Dude, I'm just
Yeah,
chilling.
boy.
What? Who's in the house? That's chill. I'm just sitting by. What's up?
Yeah. Bro, I got a question.
Hell yeah. What's up, dude, bro?
My friend. Recording is good. My level's good.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, baby. Let's go.
Spark it. Yo, I'm about to go talk to Abdil. What do you think I should ask him, bro? I don't know what to say.
Just ask him why he's short.
Why he's short?
Yeah.
Jeez, okay. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Do it.
Here we go. Oh god. Yo, what's up, bro?
Oh, man, bro, you come. I'm listening to music, bro. So reggaeton, man.
What are you listening to?
Don Chesina, I think. Yeah. It's just like tra 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 tra.
Yeah, bro.
What's up?
I have a question for you.
Ah, come on, bro. Why we gotta do this now? All right.
Cause, bro, it's Tuesday. I checked the calendar and it's time to record an episode.
That is right. The calendar, and like always, tomorrow.
Tomorrow from the past.
Tomorrow, yeah, because this ain't going up. Yeah, but on a Wednesday, some Wednesday in the past, this
You'll have seen this.
will have come up, or will come up, has
Yeah,
come up,
Has came up. Has come.
but it
upon-
hasn't come up yet.
Has come upon your eyes into your brain.
But it hasn't yet.
I mean, that's like what it was for me making it. Like, it was already there, and I kind of just watched it happen.
And it's supposed to be season 2, episode 16,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be 15. You said.
I can't count. It's really hard. After 10, it just got really difficult.
No, but it's sick, bro. I walked in, I was like, "Yo, what the hell?" Like, that thing was just a couple lines, and it turned into something pretty dope. So.
Hell yeah.
All right, so what's this question, man? I'm stalling. Cause
Bro.
you asked me, I'll have 1 or 2 questions. I was like, don't tell me, but I'll pick 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And I said number 2, question 2.
You picked number 2, so I was gonna ask you number 2.
And you started laughing. You're like, oh. I was like, okay.
Well, then when I went inside, I was unsure again, so I asked Tage, and Tage was like, "Just ask him why he's short."
Why I'm short?
Yeah.
That's the question.
No, that's Tage's question.
Genetics? I don't know. My parents were short. I think they're like 5'3".
Yeah, I don't know, bro. You know Tage.
Yeah, that's
He's a quirky dude.
That's it. Episode's over.
So, hey, bro, what the hell is this show about?
Oh wow. Is that question the
That's
one I
the
picked?
question, yeah.
Should I ask what the first one is, or should
No,
I wait?
we'll definitely
Okay.
want to talk about that again.
What's this show about?
Yeah, like Puff as a whole, because we have different segments, like we have this, bro, I have a question,
Yeah.
and then we have the regular show.
Yeah, where we got interviewees, right?
Yeah.
We had Tendrils, we had friend Sarah.
Yeah. Or then even us just talking about a specific topic, or
Yeah. And we tend to kind of like go into it like talking about our past, our present, and how we correlate those two to turn into our future.
Yeah.
Because like both of us, I mean, to understand what the show's about, we gotta kind of have to start on how it kind of the inception of the show.
Like where it started, yeah.
Yeah.
Even before it started.
Like what would you say? Because for me, like obviously you guys can go on first episode. I'm moving in here. It's like it's the skater dude. It's like yeah.
Yeah.
Firstly, like the moment we're in Colorado, so like immediately I was like, this dude's a smoker.
Yeah.
And then one day, like we've said before, like sitting outside, it's like, oh, would because you live with somebody, you gotta get to know them. You can't just be, you gotta live with somebody. So
You're gonna see him every day, yeah.
So just talking outside, you're like, man, I studied graphic. I studied camera, like communications, camera stuff. So it's like, oh damn.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, you know, if we want to work together or something, then let's. But usually when you like, in the past, like, usually when you said that, would you actually act on that? Like, oh yeah, let's work together or something.
No, I'd say more often it would fall through.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely
So
have.
it was like, who's gonna message first?
Because like Brendan and I, we've been working together for so long.
What? How many years?
For like starting or like halfway through college, so like 5 years or so.
Damn, bro, does it feel that long? Like collaborating with somebody?
Looking up like this folder I have with all this shit, like I'm like, damn, yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah. But even like the
'cause
stuff
you didn't know it was gonna last so long.
No, you never know. And you don't even know if it's gonna work out or like how the connection's
Yeah.
gonna go. Especially like me and you doing different things, and same with Brendan doing music. Like everyone having different interests,
But I feel it works out that way.
yeah, no.
Because you're saying the stuff that you guys worked on together,
yeah,
like the album covers.
yeah, music videos,
Yeah, you get the crazy hand video.
yeah,
That I mean,
yeah.
the music for the show.
But there's stuff from like 5 years ago too, man. Like it's crazy.
Right? No, there was a folder when I was, before finishing the Corona snowboarding video.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Brendan has a file on Google Drive. Just like use them.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, okay.
Right.
And there were some dope ones.
There's so many dope ones, bro.
And shout out to him. I was like, damn, these are good, bro. So that collaboration is like the inception of it.
Yeah.
That's.
I feel like that's what spurred it, especially that first conversation we had. Because I definitely felt a connection. Because like I said before, like all the roommates I had, we didn't talk to or anything.
Yeah, you told me it was like just everybody for themselves.
Yeah, I mean they're all chill, but they just kept themselves and did their own thing, so it was whatever. But then I don't even know how long, but we just talked for a couple hours straight.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, bro.
You just wouldn't like. You told me a lot about your grandfather and and it was like. You rarely like. For the most part, most people you talk to,
Yeah.
they don't really conversate. Like, to be able to flow and like that's.
Yeah.
It's hard for people.
Yeah. I mean, even from my end, like, I don't open up like that to most people, you know?
No. Not at all, man.
Yeah.
So that's something right there. Like, both the same age. I was like, and you're into something creative as I am. So it's just like, it's easy to relate to. Then you talking about your future goals, right?
Yeah.
Wanting to do snowboarding, teaching, making logos, doing graphics, selling art, like making this your career.
Yeah. Doing it
It's
on
like,
your own.
oh, I'm on the same, but it's like where were you? Like, because this is a good question. This point, like, I realized the other day, I had forgotten. I moved in here a year ago.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I just made it over a year here. This is like, it's pretty wild to think about because since college this is probably the longest I've been in one place.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Definitely the longest I've had a job for.
You've been working at your place for how long?
For over a year now.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the longest ever?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, that's not. I thought 2 years was alright. Was not too like long, but yeah.
Yeah.
When I hear people doing 10 years, I'm like, you guys are like, this is what you spent the last 10 years. Like, I guess that's what you want to do. And that's kind of like the inception, like us all. And then I think another piece that came in was when Darius moved in.
Yeah.
Because he was also, it was just like that.
It was getting too weird. It was like, what? Another guy who's into creative stuff?
Yeah, I immediately was just talking to him about cameras and just talking photography.
Yeah.
And him giving me advice and tips. And a huge shout out to him. Because, like, the first time I went, I think a moment for me that like kind of made me feel like, okay, I can do this. Was a episode. The first time I went with him doing
Do
street,
this as in what?
like, cause last year I would say 2019 I wasn't really putting in that work. It was just like I would post once a month.
Yeah.
And maybe take pictures, but it wasn't like I wasn't going at it like I should. Which in something like now I feel like I'm not, and
You feel like you're not?
yeah, now I do. Sometimes I feel like
Oh.
damn, I wasted time, but it's like
Yeah.
you gotta sometimes you gotta step back and look. Okay, where was I at a year ago?
Yeah.
Oh wow, like head and shoulders. A year ago I was like, what am I gonna do? Because my cousin just moved. I was officially alone here, no family. So it was like, what am I gonna do? Versus now it's like, damn, I got a lot to do.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather have a lot to do than not know what to do.
Yeah.
And so that moment right there was like going street photography with Darius and doing his vlog with him. I was like, man, this is like, I want to do this. Like, I want to do shit like this.
Right.
So if he watches this, like, man, I appreciate you, Darius. Like, for real, you were kind of like that glue for me, at least.
Yeah.
To push me, like, and seeing him doing his thing, I was like, man, like, cause like, for art, right? Usually you hear artists don't make money, right?
Yeah, totally. The starving artist, bro.
Right. So then, when, I'm pretty sure you have met artists that are making it,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, oh, damn,
Right.
this is a viable option, or no.
Yeah, no, totally. I feel like through art shows, definitely, I've met a lot of people. Like a little further along than you is cool to me too.
Mm-hmm. Because they're always nice. They're always like willing to help you
right.
out.
Because like, it kind of just goes the same. Like I'd help someone out too, just because.
Yeah.
This is so hard, man.
Usually the most like cockiest ones are the ones that are like at the same level as you. They just think.
Or lower.
Like I won't say low. Like yes, but I don't want to make it seem not to seem like I'm better. It's just like bro, chill. Like
Yeah.
you don't like. It's kind of like Jordan, right? In basketball. He never is like most people say he's the greatest ever. But you never hear him say it.
Yeah.
Right, so it's like letting others speak for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, I don't know if my stuff is good,
No.
and that's the worst feeling.
But that's why you like put it out there. But no, I feel like the thing is like you just want to build people up because that's the best kind of competition. Because if you're building everyone around you, it's just gonna build you up, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're building off of each other. Whereas if you're putting other people down, you're not gonna get as high.
No.
But you'll look like you're
ever
ahead of people, but you can get a lot higher if you just build everyone around you up. So it's just like a game of like giving and.
Exactly, bro. It's like it's easier to reach a point with help.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, and of course, man. That's kind of like, cause this. When did we even come up? Like when did?
I mean, I'd say that's the reason we have this podcast right now.
Yeah.
Like if it were just me or just you, it wouldn't be a thing.
No. I
Like it's both of us, but neither of us at the same time.
Yeah. And honestly, bro, if I had moved here and it had been completely different people, I don't know what I'd be doing now.
Yeah, right. That's wild to think about.
But to know, like, I got like a homie right here that's like, let's grind this out. Like, whatever's in our head, let's do what we gotta do to make sure people like it.
Yeah.
And if we're not good, get better.
Yeah.
And that's that right there is like the show is about mainly like, okay, being in Colorado, Puff Puff Podcast, right? Weed's legal here.
Yeah.
But like, at least from my point of view, coming from the South, it's a very taboo like subject. It's very like people just don't. It's not the same.
Yeah, totally.
All right, if you smell it in the air here, people are just like, oh. If you smell in the air over there, people are like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah, freaking out.
So it's more to show like That's like, cause what's the stigma behind it?
I mean, it's illegal in most places, and it's just recently becoming illegal and stuff. So it's still like, just like when alcohol was, like prohibition was going on, like
People, what are those
people are scared of it. People don't know what it
speakeasies
is.
or something?
Yeah, it just this unknown thing that like is clumped as a drug with all other drugs. So it doesn't have its own identity, and it's just in this big scary category that makes it seem like unknown and confusing, and because like it's illegal, that adds to it too, just like because it's no different than alcohol. And we were having this discussion with Amadou the other night.
Yeah, that guy crazy. That guy crazy.
But just him, because he said he only got high when he was 12, but he actually drank, and he sees being high and
what did he say?
drunk
He went down to the grocery aisles and just started knocking down shelves.
But like, no, yeah, he's from an older generation, and he sees being high and drunk as the same thing.
Yeah.
Because he said he got high, but he was drunk actually. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's never been high, but he's against it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And there's a lot of that, just people who are unaware of it and against it.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have to try it to know, but it's just, there's more to it than what's talked about it.
Mm-hmm. And all those commercials, bro, like they would like just melt it to the couch, like
yeah.
like
now driving around here, I see billboards like for weed, like
yeah, bro. I see like
ridiculous.
moving here, just seeing all the green plus signs.
Yeah.
And the friends I've been around that have smoked, you know what I'm saying, like they look normal to me.
Yeah.
They're just a little goofier, but it's like something I read that describes it. Like people think in terms like, oh, it makes, and I bring it up because like you can look at history, but a lot of the biggest creatives smoked.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs did acid.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting acid. I'm just saying. Is there no correlation? If it happens enough, like, and it's all across genres and music and television and movies and art, like everywhere. So that stigma, like coming from Tennessee, it's like I never understood, and then like in college I just started looking up stuff and I realized like, yo, this ain't what they're telling me. It doesn't make sense. You know, you add all in the benefits of it, medicinal benefits of it, right?
Right.
So I don't like it correlates, bro, to me. And it's almost like, let me ask you if you agree with this. I've read that when you smoke, it like, because people usually think, oh, they're slow, but it's more like they when someone smokes, they're just so focused on one thing and they do it well.
Yeah, that's like the problem, because from the outside perspective, it appears like things are slow, and they do kind of feel slow. But that's the cool thing about it, because you can think about things more and get a better understanding. And I feel like with like my senses, it'll kind of highlight them to where like I'm more in tune with one at a time, so I'm really focused on one and forget about the others.
Yeah. Because you said you have smoked, learned a new trick on a skateboard.
Yeah.
And then sober, like you know it, and it's you just know it.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I learned how to do handstands on a board, like riding. Because like it was just a commitment thing where I could do handstands like fine on the ground, staying still, but then the skateboard and knowing that it'll move, it was just a mental thing that I couldn't get myself to actually commit to it.
Yeah.
And then I was high and it just clicked. I didn't think about it, I just did it how I normally did it. Yeah. And in that instant, I just realized like, oh, this is easy. Like this is no different than doing a regular handstand. And from there on out, like, yeah.
did you feel more relaxed doing the trick?
Yeah.
And then like, cause like when you're sober, you when you were trying to trick, were you just like thinking too much?
Yeah, getting in my head too much. And I notice a lot with like snowboarding, because the thing with like snowboarding or skateboarding and like doing these tricks is when you see it, like it looks cool as shit, right?
Yeah, snowboarding was sick, dude. All these people going crazy and
Yeah.
doing tricks, like
But just
going
like
up slopes.
the style of it. And as I like get more and more into it, like I realize like that's the key. Like if you don't feel cool while you're doing it, like something's gone wrong. Like if you feel anxious or nervous, like
Yeah.
especially like going off jumps and snowboarding, like right away, like jumping a 40-foot gap, like it should feel super chill. Like you're just chilling. But and if like there's anything, like if you're anxious, like it's
That
wrong, bro.
sounds
You're gonna get
scary.
shit.
That's scary as hell.
And that's why like
You
being
just
high
said
helps.
you said 40-foot gap. I need to be chill.
Yeah. If you're freaking out, it's done. You're over.
I'm done then.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even go because that's insane, bro.
But that's like weed can unlock something for that. And once you
Yeah.
like clear it the first time and get over that mental gap, then
Yeah.
you can just do it over and over again.
Yeah.
But like that first time, weed will just, you get in this state where you don't, because it's the same action you've been doing over and over, so your body knows how to do it. You just have to get yourself to do it, and weed just turns
Dude.
off that.
Like whatever in your head is telling you like don't.
Yeah.
It's turned off. And so you're not in control. Like
What do you mean?
if it turns off someone that says no, or is it like you're saying it turns off the doubt or like the
But this is also something I'm like actively trying to turn off, because I
Yeah.
want to jump this. It's not like it's just gonna turn off all your inhibitions. You're just gonna do stupid shit,
yeah.
Like this is something I'm in my, like I want to hit this jump, but I'm telling myself like
Yeah.
I can do it, and weed helps me get that extra step.
So it's just like a Red Bull, I guess. If you're tired.
Yeah, but no.
I just want because like there's people like if anyone's listening, I ask these questions because if anyone's listening that might be like nah, like it's not good, like
Yeah.
what was like because from people telling me, man, like chills them out to where they can just not be in their own head, like you said, and
Yeah.
just focus on the task at hand.
Yeah.
And just jump a 40-foot gap. It's just like, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do
And then
it.
like you're in the air, I guess, and you're just like, oh damn, I'm in the air. And then you land, and like, oh damn, and then it's not as bad anymore.
Yeah.
So that's still scary as hell to me, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like, I wouldn't have done that at first. That was after like being real comfortable with snowboarding
Yeah.
But for me, like smoking really like unlocked a different creative side.
Yeah.
That was a big thing I got out of it.
And that's what this is about, man.
Yeah.
Because it's to prove like you can smoke, be pro weed, and it doesn't make you lazy.
Right.
It doesn't make you not do things.
Yeah.
You're not you're not on the street like begging for cash.
Yeah.
And it helps people, man. Like whatever it is, it helps you kind of just maybe open things up, right? Like you said, and help you with like if you're struggling with a project, it might help you just relax and think of something. And then on the creative side, like you said, it makes you like more creative.
Yeah.
And something people associate with weed is like eating food, getting hungry. We got the munchies, right?
Yeah.
Watching TV on the couch.
Yep.
We'll see. It's coming soon, right? Coming soon. Listening to music, right?
Yep.
Just talking, because most of this is just us talking, just about whatever.
Yeah.
So it's that vibe, You come in, bro. I have a question. That was an excellent idea, bro. Like, how'd you come up with that anyway? Let me ask you.
It just fit the vibe because going up with what you were saying, like some of the most interesting conversations I've had have been because of weed and smoking.
Yeah.
And me being like a quiet guy and like not really like open up or talking to people, like I'm more just listen and take in conversations.
Yeah.
But then just I remember the first time I started smoking and just getting into ridiculous, like, deep conversations.
Yeah. And you sometimes don't, like, you kind of forget. Like,
Get lost in it, yeah.
Yeah, what happened? How did we get to this point?
And it was cool, like, because you kind of picture the whole thing in your mind the whole time, and it's like this movie going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like the whole thing about the like stoner conversation is it like it's like real casual, but then it gets real deep. So it just kind of like starts off like, "Hey, bro, I have a question."
Yeah.
And then as your mind just kind of snowballs, it just gets deeper and deeper. And that was kind of like the first like this inspiration when we started the show. Because I remember like on the first episode we were just like, yeah, we want to have like deep conversations.
Yeah, just talk about whatever. And you were
Yeah.
like, I like getting deep.
Yeah. Right.
That was yeah, bro. Just, and it's funny because I've always just related to, like, just got along with people that smoked because I was always just goofy and talkative anyway.
Yeah.
And people always, because I don't know why, and they'd be like, "You high, bro?" I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm chill.
Yeah.
They'll like smile, but when I smile, my eyes, like, you can look at pictures, my eyes kind of squint naturally.
Oh shit.
So people just think, but it's cool to me. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. Dude, I remember freshman year. This was like before I like knew anything about weed or anything, and someone just walked up to me and it was like, "Hey man, you look like you're a stoner," and I was like, "What?" Like, it's so confused, just
He
so
predicted the future, bro.
so cut off. Yeah.
You just didn't know what was happening.
I didn't understand it because I like didn't know about weed or
Yeah.
what a stoner was or yeah.
So wait, what was the first experience then?
What was it?
Yeah.
Or like how was it or what was it?
Yeah, like what happened?
It was with like my friends. We were sleeping at my one friend James's house.
Yeah.
And we were like, we told his mom we were gonna go out camping, and he only had this like one man tent, so we set that up and made. He had like this crazy milk jug bong, and we and we smoked that. There was like 4 of
Holy
us.
crap,
Yeah,
dude.
but like I don't know, because the first like I didn't feel it at all. It was like kind of, I don't know. We were like being weird and stuff, but nothing like. It was kind of all like stuff we would normally do.
What's good, everybody? We'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? We're chilling.
After these short messages. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Puff Puff Podcast. We just wanted to give a shout out to our awesome sponsors. Yo, we just wanted to say thanks for tuning in to another one of our episodes of Puff Puff Podcast.
Appreciate y'all. For real. You guys are, I love every single one of you 20 people.
We're doing this for you.
We're going to grow because of y'all.
You got to help us grow. Leave a review. Let us know how we're doing. That would mean the world to us.
Yeah, tell your mama, tell your sister, your brother, your friend. I mean, whoever you know. And if you liked it, they might like it. Hey, share it. Because we got something to say.
Hey, you need a light?
Hold up, bro. Aren't we supposed to be recording this episode? We need to get back, bruh.
Oh, shit, we got a podcast to record. Let's go. We back.
Yeah. And obviously I was thirsty. You saw I got this Gatorade. Dude, I was sitting this whole time like, bro, I cannot wait to go to break to get a drink.
Come prepared, man.
I forgot, bro, honestly. But
Battle.
we were just talking about like weed and just what our thoughts are on it.
Yeah.
Cause I think that's something we've kind of, I won't say run away from, but just kind of like, at least for me, we really haven't got into the topic of weed, even though our name is Puff Puff Podcast, just because, at least from my perspective, like I wanted this to be more than that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's like why we haven't, because we didn't want to just talk about weed.
Yeah.
But the thing was,
we gotta address it though. We gotta address the name.
I feel like the show was inspired by weed, but we didn't want it to be all about weed. Like the long form stoner conversation was inspired by weed.
Yeah.
But it's not like we just want to talk about weed. We want to talk about everything because we have different interests, and you and I have different interests, and there was just like we didn't want to be stuck in one thing.
No, not at all, man. And I won't front. I have before. In college, yes, but not like
deal.
No, obviously now I don't. I can't anyway. If I did want to,
Okay.
Because of jobs and more also because
How do you feel about that?
What?
Not being able to smoke because of your job.
I don't care. I don't need it. I don't
More
need
so
it. Like
that they won't let you do it. Not that like it's something you need, but more so that
the country has a long way to go.
Yeah.
Before it's just like tolerated, like nobody cares. Which is crazy because you had told me recently how like Mike Tyson would smoke when he trained.
Yeah.
And then you just couldn't have it, like you couldn't be like high during a fight.
Yeah.
And he was just going bash like one hit knockouts, bro. You see his fights?
Yeah.
He's
a beast.
I would like I would get paid to get punched by him, bro. Like
you would get paid?
Yeah, screw it.
You'd be dead.
I wouldn't die.
Dude, where would he punch you? Wherever?
In the face?
Bro, you'd be dead.
No, I wouldn't die.
You'd be dead.
If Tyson punched me in his prime,
brain damage.
If he just punched me with a glove,
bro.
The other dudes didn't die.
This is like they're trained to take hits. They're like big dudes, bro. He would launch you it would be like a superhero move. Like, bro, you would go so far. Are you kidding me?
Fly in the air.
What, bro?
Like a slow. Hell no, bro. I think I'd survive, man. We'll never know.
I don't think you. Like, the podcast would be canceled. You wouldn't be able to talk.
My jaw would be broken.
Yeah.
But I'd be okay. It would be worth it. I'd be in the hospital like, I survived Mike Tyson punching me. Drinking through a straw. So yeah, like, not like. So your question is how I feel. Yeah, like the country's behind, obviously. Like, and I bring that point up because it's like, this dude was a weapon. His hands were weapons. And he was smoking. So it's like that part I don't understand. But at the same time, I don't care because it's not something like that I need. And that's something I realized in college because it was when I started in college. Burger King. I remember the first time they like coworker was like, "Come over," and we all smoked in the car, and I was just like, I don't know how people don't like feel anything. I was coughing along, and then we were watching Big Bang Theory on the couch, and I hate that show. It's not funny at all, but I was laughing my ass off every time Sheldon the equation. It's like, and I was just like into the couch, just melting, like not melting to the couch, but it was just weird. Yeah. Right? Obviously, first time, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, for real.
And someone was like, I was supposed to go to work that day too, at Burger King.
Oh shit.
And someone was like, "Yo," because I worked I think at 10. This was overnight shift. And he was like, "Dude, it's 11." I was like, "Oh, no way." He's like, "No, I'm kidding, bro. It's 9." I was like, "Oh, you son," like tripping. And then I go to work, bro, and I don't know what. I felt like I was making those sandwiches so fast. I was just like.
Yeah.
Going quickly, and then my manager was talking to me. I had to get like this close to hear him. Like he was like, "Bro, you good?" I was like, "Yeah." Greatest chicken sandwich I've ever eaten.
Oh, I bet.
So yeah, and then college, it turned into a point where it was like, oh, shout out the vape pen. Let's see the vape pen, bro. See, we got these are out. What is that?
This is called Strawberry Cough.
Strawberry Cough. Who makes it?
They got an S for their logo. I don't know, bro. One of my friends who was here.
Let me try.
Zach, who just left.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
He bought some carts and didn't want to take them back with him, so he left me some.
All right, bet. So yeah, you should buy them, guys. If you're in Denver, I guess they're good, right? We throw in free sponsorship, man. Imagine when we get to a point where
they're dope, bro. They're like portable. You can take them with you, have them in the car, have them on the podcast, have them in the bathroom.
Puff Podcast sponsored by a random vape pen.
The one with the S.
So yeah, bro, he was in college just doing it like Not all the time. It's just like, especially like, when I lived with my parents, it was only when they were out of town and then outside.
College was let's just say, a super creative time for me.
Really?
I was being very creative, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting creative daily.
Daily?
Daily.
Just making paintings all the time?
Just super getting those creative juices flowing.
And that's the foundation.
Yeah.
Those days.
Yeah.
You had no clue where you'd be, but you're like, this is sick. This is dope. Yeah, no, it definitely was. Like, at least in the beginning. But, like, I look back and I relate when I first started smoking. You know, this first in early college.
Yeah.
Is when I first really got into old school hip hop, Wu-Tang.
No, for real.
I remember I would just lay in my bed and listen to albums, bro. Like, really just listen to them and rate them. Like,
Yeah.
this gets 5.5 or 4.5. This gets 5. This is 3. The album is 3. Like, I would literally just listen for the notes in each little hip hop. And it became an obsession for me. I was that quiet kid on campus, which is, you're probably surprised, with the bright ass red headphones, Audio Technicas.
No shit.
And just minding my business. But then usually in class when people when I like to talk, it's like, oh damn. But eventually, so like other times, right? I went to Puerto Rico for the first time since I had moved to Tennessee while in college, and that was a moment where I was like, oh damn. You know, I'm back. I'm relating back to my culture again.
Yeah.
And then that opened up because I was like, finally, like, I feel like I relate to people. Like, there's people I'm one of, like, and it might not seem like a big deal, but like, the island of Puerto Rico has like 3.5 million people, I believe. And then you count all the ones across the world, so we might have 6 million out of 7 billion people.
Yeah.
What is that percentage? You feel me? Like,
yeah.
compared to being Indian, I'm not saying like being Indian's dope. Their culture is sick. I would love, if I was not Puerto Rican, I would love to be Indian. Honestly.
I'm so excited to go. Yeah.
There's a billion of these dudes.
Yeah.
So like, I just felt, for me personally, I just felt proud. I felt just. I remember my first semester started back, because this was like right before the semester started, and the professor asked us all, like, what's something unique about you? And when I came up to me, I was like, I'm Puerto Rican. And then I said it quietly, I was shy. She's like, come on, speak up, man. I know you Puerto Ricans are loud. I was in New York, and everyone looked at me like, damn, that was like, and I laughed. So everyone was like, oh, damn, okay. Like, it's true as hell. Like, we're just loud, like, not loud, but we're just, when we're there.
Yeah.
Firstly, you're going to see a flag somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, we got one right behind you.
I mean, I see you every day as you come home. I see your, like, flag shaking in your
hair. It's just a proud feeling, bro. And we kind of connected, because I think I lost that moving to Tennessee. Because growing up in Germany, even though I was in Germany, I grew up in a super Puerto Rican household.
Yeah.
So, and it's like you said you grew up in a very, like, your mom was artsy.
Yeah.
You said your grandmother?
My grandma, yeah, she was like, she was into music. She played piano, guitar.
And you played, like...
Yeah.
You were around that.
Yeah.
And it made you, want to do art all the time?
Yeah, I mean, at the time I didn't really think about it like that. I was kind of like doing it, and it was a thing to do. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, I guess just around it, and it was always there, like easy access, just something I always did.
Yeah.
But at the time, didn't think about it at all.
Yeah.
Which is, it's wild looking back on. But it's, been there like my whole life, bro.
And in the German culture too.
Yeah.
Because like, since moving here, I knew, oh, this dude's German.
Yeah.
I mean, your name is like Kramer is super. Is that even from? Is that German?
Yeah.
That's your dad's.
That's my dad's.
And he's German.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like you talk about like, you've been there, you've seen like, and then we kind of relate on that too.
Yeah.
Cause Puerto Rican thing. I grew up in Germany though.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
So I kind of have an idea what it was like growing up there, and you know, you were like saying like the what are those called? Cobblestone
Yeah.
roads and the bakeries.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's a cool
riding
place.
bikes all the time and out like everyone walks over there, bro.
Yeah, for real.
And here in Colorado, I tell people like Colorado makes me think of Germany. In terms of how much people I see outdoors.
Yeah, just active.
And the snow and the mountain, just the landscape. It just feels. It's not hot here.
Yeah.
It's hot, but it's like. You know, you're wearing long sleeves. I'm wearing a hoodie.
Dude, it's gonna be winter soon.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in here wearing like 3 jackets and a hat, and the flower fell. Rip. So yeah, like that was in college too, visiting Puerto Rico. That kind of, it was just more. That kind of was like, man, I need like my people, my culture. We're not shy. We're like, oh, what's up? We're outgoing people. So let me act. Let me play the part. Let me act, not act, but let me be who I am.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point, bro, where weed was more of an escape than help.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just that decision where like I'm gonna stop. And eventually when I feel like I'm ready, then pick it back up again. We'll see. But that's the problem. Like people might say, well, yeah, and that's the thing. Most people use it to escape. It's like, no. Because what happens is, how we were saying, when people smoke, they feel more focused. But in this case, when people use it to escape, it's because like you start focusing on other things instead of what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And getting over things.
Right.
So when you take a step back, right, and try to just be healthy, right, mentally healthy, like physically healthy. And it does what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I imagine so. Or you would say, like, you did a 40-foot drop or jump.
I mean, even like, because we were talking about this with Amadou the other night, but like, even the fact that it's escape, like, I don't think that's a bad thing, because there's a lot of escapes. And as long as you know it's an escape and like how you're controlling it, like, the idea of escape, like having escapes, whether it be like skateboarding, I view that as escape, or art, or watching movies, or TV, or music, or any of that. It's all
escape,
but
comic books like Magneto behind you.
Right. But the thing with like escapes is it's like this
happy place you go to. I don't know if like happy place is the right word, because all the different kinds of escapes, but like it can be like turned into a tool where like if you're not escaping all the time and not actually in the real world and living out your life, but if you use it to inspire you, like with comic books or with movies or
Darth Vader,
this,
right there.
Yeah, but just taking a step back and like, yeah,
he looks high as hell. Grab real quick.
God damn it, Darth Vader.
Hey, you see, y'all can see, he's fried as hell, boy. Yeah, like movies and music.
Yeah.
Like for me, early college music was my escape. Like, you know, because I moved so much when I was in college, it was just like I didn't know anybody. So it was like I knew music though.
Yeah.
I knew my music. So just that was what I listened to keep to myself. It was just my escape, right? And it's the same thing. Yeah. But the problem is, and you told me this. Your mom gave you the greatest advice. Don't make it the only thing you do.
Yeah.
Or what was that? What she said?
Yeah.
And what pushed her to say that? And kind of get you like to follow with that advice.
I don't know exactly what pushed her to say that, but if guess I feel like just the fact that like as a parent, like when you just deny things, then it makes it more of a
problem.
A problem, yeah. More something that like maybe the like kid would rebel and do. Whereas like if she was like she was pretty much like, I know you're gonna do this, like just like don't do it all the time, like don't make it the only thing you do, like and just like base your life off of it, like your friends and shit, like if all you and your friends have is smoking, then like it's kind of shit. So
that's how it started for me too.
Yeah.
As well, like just what you want to do, all this smoke, just chill in the car, like just. And I think that kind of, if you do that, it sets the course for how that's gonna go for you.
Yeah. But like when she told me this, like, and she caught me, like this was like well over a year into like me like smoking.
I was like, Mom, you're kind of late to the party.
But like, bro, when I started, like it was so intense, it was insane. Like it was not something I wanted to do all the time. Like maybe every other week, like maybe once every other week. But like it was intense, bro. Like it was way it was way different just because like tolerance and everything. And then by the time she told me that, I was kind of like already in the mindset of not wanting to be high all the time. It just felt like I just understood the balance to it, because it could give you a lot of inspiration and stuff, but it could also leave you like really hazy and like come out of it not inspired and kind of get into a lazy mood.
There's been times, bro, where you were like, I'm gonna take a 2-week break or something. Like, oh damn, okay.
Yeah.
And you did it. It was because you didn't need it.
Yeah.
And you were like, that's a good break.
I mean, it's so easy to stop.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. You just forget about it.
When I told you I stopped in college, like senior year,
yeah,
just didn't do it again.
Yeah.
So it's easy, for sure.
Right.
And that's what's saying. Like it's like, for people to say like it's addicting now. Obviously, like anything's addicting though.
Yeah.
Like Facebook is addicting. You see, dudes scrolling. Go to the barbershop, people just scrolling.
Yeah.
So.
It's like it becomes habitual. Like the first time you smoke and you eat that chicken sandwich and you're like, God damn, this is the best thing ever.
Hell yeah.
So then you smoke before you eat, and then every time you can just keep that pattern going because you're like, oh, I want to get high and eat because it's going to taste so good. And you just keep doing that to the point where like you can't eat unless you're high. And people can get like I've known people who just will like not be able to eat all day unless they smoke. Like food will disgust them. And it's this weird like habitual thing, because they've done studies where they'll like ring bells and give you treats and then see if you
keep
doing that to see if you salivate, and it's the same thing.
You seen the episode of The Office where Jim did that to Dwight?
Yeah, bro. He just holds his hand out. What the fuck?
Like, what is happening?
So like that's all. Of course, weed can be a part of that, but it's more the person who brings on that behavior as opposed to weed.
100%.
Which is just, I don't know. It's a people problem. There's a lot of people problems.
So when people say it makes people lazy or slow, maybe that person was already lazy.
I think it's just an enhancer. Like with me, I feel it enhanced my creativity. And I'm assuming with lazy people, it probably just enhances their laziness.
Yeah, but they can change. Anyone can change.
Yeah. So
it's more about. And I think all the people that smoke and are successful is because they've utilized it and it's the way it should be utilized. And obviously for health reasons as well. You could just Google, whoever's listening, watching, health benefits of weed and of cannabis.
Yeah, bro.
Flower. We're in Colorado. Cannabis. Health benefits of cannabis. You can see even CBD. CBD has no effects at all. It's THC in the plant, right? That's the big ass plant right here, y'all. CBD is not. So like that's my other thing. It's like, okay, so people against that as well as like anything. So you just don't like it at all. You're not open minded to the fact that there's an option that doesn't affect people with what you consider evil, bad, and yet it helps them.
Yeah.
So,
and like that's it. That's like, because I remember when we were first talking, we were talking about weed too, just like both being out here in Colorado and be like, man, this is crazy. And
where were you when you found out it was illegal here?
Where was I?
Yeah,
I was still living in Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I was working at the gas station. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, cool, like.
Yeah.
And Colorado had already caught my mind anyway.
Yeah.
Just for various reasons. So, you add that fact that they were like, oh yeah, let's just get this out of the way and show.
Right.
And you saw the money that came into it. I don't know what they've done with the money though. I'm new to the state, so we'll see what. But
they're doing hella construction.
It looks nice here though. Roads are nice here.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
schools look nice. Everything looks nice here.
Totally.
So,
and yeah, so like, I feel like that first conversation and us talking about weed, and that kind of inspired the whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this other aspect of you being into photography and videography and me into graphics and design, and that was something we wanted to do. And neither of us were doing that for our job, so we're like, why don't we just do it on our own? And then that's also
like
part
Avengers,
of like,
man.
Yeah, that was like the manifestation of the podcast, because now because of this, like, we've made videos and graphics, and this just allows us to have another outlet to do our thing.
Or Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah.
Creating the Avengers. Who's who?
Shit.
I feel like I'm Iron Man.
You think so?
I feel like he's super just sarcastic and and Captain America's chill.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. That's like they're both sick though. I'm honestly not either. I didn't like either, to be honest. I was the Spider-Man Black Panther guy.
Oh hell yeah.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah. Damn.
Chadwick, 43 years old, bro. And you see like comic books. That's an inspiration for me as well.
What do we got here?
That's Magneto. House of X, written by Jonathan Hickman, incredible writer, comic writer. He wrote Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom back in like the mid 2000s, 2008 or something like that, to 2012. Like I don't remember 2012s. But Doctor Doom became instantly one of my favorite characters. He's just badass.
What's going on with the flowers?
So basically in that storyline, it's like it's not a future, but it's a future world where like the X-Men, the mutants, have their own land, their own country.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really it. I don't want to say too much.
Okay.
But a lot of stuff happens. It's crazy. So yeah, no. You with your graphics, your art. This the show. To wrap things up, man. This show is about how we just went into it, the weed aspect, because that's kind of the umbrella.
Yeah.
But when you look under the cover, there's so much more under, and we're all doing so. Like you got your drawing corner, you're showing art at a gallery. Downstairs looks like a gallery, bro.
Hell yeah.
Graphics, logos, album covers. I'm doing photography and video needs to start coming up, but like that's the goal, because video is what grabbed me.
Yeah.
And that was like something finally I felt like I can do something well. Finally I was like, oh, I'm as a beginner, I'm better than the average beginner. And I was like, okay, maybe this is something I can go towards.
Oh yeah.
Twitch now. I'm trying to do Twitch, play games, get back, because video games was something, an outlet as a kid, with my brothers,
and the creative side of the video games, how it's changed.
Yeah.
It take all these little different things. We talk about cartoons on the Serial Munchies episode. So there's so much, bro, and I feel like that creativity, and that whatever it may be, because creativity can be anything.
Yeah, like this whole thing is just our creative project.
Yeah.
But I feel like the cool part of it is the podcast aspect, the fact that we're just talking about it, and it's pretty much started with the beginning of our journey. And this is just going to be like an ongoing documentation of like how we grow and develop and what happens with like our different journeys of you like growing into like photography and videography and me into design and art. And it's because I remember us talking about this like when we decided we wanted to like really start documenting things we're doing and how different ideas came up and really just see like this whole thing becoming a story of how this thing, whatever this thing grows into and what we grow into. And then the same thing with our guests, like talking to people who are of similar interests or mindsets, creatives or people trying to grow. Maybe they smoke weed, maybe not. I don't know.
100% of them are more like cool with it.
Yeah.
Like, this day and age, people are realizing like, what's the harm? What's so bad? Yeah, man. Just all this. To me, this is like I've told you. I'll say it live right here, real quick. Is like this is my glue.
Yeah.
Because everything else, it takes like today. I found out so much that I gotta do for Twitch. It's like, oh crap, right? And videography in itself, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Photography, a lot. For you, your graphics, art, all this stuff is a lot.
Yep.
And the podcast, not that it's easy, but it's definitely simpler than these other aspects.
Yeah.
But it's that umbrella. Right. Like weed is the umbrella of the podcast. I feel like this podcast is my personal umbrella that like keeps me and my mind active, working on this stuff that I love doing. And then, because I'm still in that mindset, like, okay, let's keep pushing on these other stuff.
Yeah.
And get this done. Right. And it's fun, man. This is fun to me, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely keeps the momentum going. And it's cool because I feel like this is also an escape too.
Yeah.
From everything else, because we can just kind of like say whatever, just like shit, It's like a release, It's chill.
Nobody cares. Like let's just say like, no one will always agree, but it's like it's just talking, it's conversation. It's just.
I mean, yeah, like I don't even agree with some things I say sometimes. Sometimes you just say shit, bro.
I don't really say that.
Hey bro, you wanna hear the song I just wrote?
Sure. What's it about?
Yeah, it's about the love of my life.
Okay.
Here it goes.
I hope it's not weird, but let's go.
Huff, puff, on the cast, you better believe we having a blast. Check. On the mic, share the show, and don't forget to like each episode. Getting better than the last, reminiscing on the story straight from my past. Now that we have hit record, grab your oars, we're all aboard and step inside our studio. But if you can't make it, Spotify has our audio, so spark up another joint. Let's just get to the point. What do you want to know? Shoot us a DM and we'll put it on the show. Hey bro, I have a question, will you join me in the session? I'm Andreas,
And I'm Abdiel.
and this is the Pop-Up Podcast. And if you are wondering where to follow us, I'm glad you asked. We're on YouTube
And Anchor.
and Spotify, and we're also on the gram, so follow us.